Hello, everyone. My name is Ilya Akau, and I am applying for the Pineview head coaching job for the football program. Briefly tell us about your coaching experience and what has influenced you to become a head coach. So my coaching experience started back in 2006 when I moved back after college, playing college, and I moved back from Hawaii. And it started off with coaching at San Jose City College, and then I moved back home and I spent the next few years coaching in the high school. In 2009, I won a state title with my alma mater, Kamehameha High School, and I was the receivers coach and passing game coordinator. Over the next couple of years, I was able to get to a couple more state championship games with some other schools at the same title as a receivers coach on the varsity program. But we didn't win the state title, but it was a very good experience. Since then, I've moved my family up here in 2022. And I've been coaching here in St. George for 3 of the past 4 years. I started off, my first coaching experience was at Hurricane High School. I helped out as the receivers coach, and then the past 2 years I've been at Pineview High School as the varsity receivers coach. I've also had the privilege of coaching with the 8th grade team for the past 3 years. Most recently, this past year, I was the head coach, and we had a very successful year. And I also try to get involved with the youth. So I've been trying to help out with the younger ages, like the 5th and 6th graders, especially. What influences me to become a head coach? So as a player, I heavily relied on sports to get through school and life and what was going on outside of football. And I knew that I want to give every kid that same opportunity. A lot of kids that I've come across rely on sports to just get by life. And it shouldn't be like that. It should be where they're driven by it and they want to get to that next level and they want to better their life because of something. And I thought that football, for me, it bettered my life and maybe into who I am today. And I want to do that. And I know that by doing that, I can be a head coach. I'm able to also help these other kids in the same manner that it helped me. I would specifically like to do it at Pineview just because of the relationships that I've had recently with the youth that's coming up and, majority of the current players that are here right now in the program. As far as staffing and delegating leaderships and whatnot. Okay, so what do I look for in an assistant coach? Number one is their knowledge of the game. You have to have knowledge of the game. And I want to make sure that the coaches are competent and in what they're teaching, and it's buying in and it's within the guidelines of the program and the structure or philosophy that we're trying to run from the top to the bottom. Okay. Another quality that I want to do with that I really look forward to in my coaching staff is their attitude. Do you have the right attitude when you come to practice? For me, if you don't have the right attitude when you show up to practice, the kids are not going to buy into you. So we may have bad days, but we got to leave whatever happens outside of the fields and the stadium and leave that out there. Coming with the boys and the program should be your getaway. Another thing that I look for in the assistant coaches is the communication process. Can we have an open dialogue? Am I able to not talk down on them, but talk with them and them do that, as well with me? Can I have an open ear? Can I hear what they're trying to say? Can I somehow use it? Can we get all on the same page? So that's just a couple qualities that I look for in my assistant coaches. As far as delegating, I truly believe that in order to have a successful program, we have to be able to let our coaches coach. Now, the head coach should be coaching up the offensive coordinator, defensive coordinator, and special teams coordinator. But at the same time, you got to let them coach. And the responsibility of a head coach, and if I get it, is to allow my next of kin to help shape the program. My job is to shape those coaches. Their job is to shape the program. And that's how I would select my assistant coaches. Next thing, Pineview has a strong history, includes multiple championships, but has been rebuilding in the last couple of years. What is my long-term vision of the program, and what are my concrete steps to building it? Okay. Not everyone has heard me say that, but for me, I'm all about culture. Everything that I've done and built so far in my coaching career has been about culture. I know that in order for us to build a program, okay, we have to start from the bottom. In order for us to be strong on the top, our base on the bottom needs to be complete and whole. So for the past 3 years, I've been working with our current 10th graders all the way down to 6th grade. I believe that they are the future of the program. I know that in order for us to replenish and to build depth in a football program, you have to be able to build the kids from the bottom. So when they get to you at the high school level, not only are they prepared, but they're also buying into the program already. So that's one of the main things or main steps for me in order to rebuild the program and get it back to the success that it's had. What is my long-term vision of the program? Immediate success. I believe when I step on the field with any opponent that we're going to win the game. You have to have that kind of attitude. Football is an attitude, and I know that the players feed off of that. So if you have the right attitude as a head football coach and your staff buys into it and your staff is portraying the same attitude, your program is going to succeed. It's going to spill over to the players. So that is one of my long-term concrete steps as well. So culture and attitude. The last one is parents and community involvement are critical in thriving with the high school program. What is my strategy with communicating with parents? Okay, so I believe that in order to involve the community in a way that you need to without distracting the team, you have to find someone, just like how you find assistant coaches, you have to find someone that has a like-minded and also can speak on your behalf, and you trust them as a head coach. So for me, it's finding that right team mom. Yeah, and I've been blessed with one. I won't say her name, but I've been blessed with one that has done beyond what I could have possibly have asked her, and it has allowed me to just be a coach. Which is what my job is. And for me to get the community involved, I'm gonna have to rely heavily on someone like that in order to make sure that we can get the right information out to the community, the booster, the parents, and get everybody on the same page. I do believe in open relationships and open communication. So that's obviously going to be open with a head coach. The community will also be directed to not only address everything directly through me, but to keep that constant flow of communication where it's head coach to everybody else. And if you have to address anybody that's underneath the head coach, then you let the head coach do that. You let the program handle that from the top to the bottom. How do I get the community and environment of the supporters in? Okay, so in order to get the supporters to buy into you, again, it starts with culture. And I truly believe that if you build the right culture with the players, then not only do they choose you, but so does the parents. And that's a huge part. A lot of the problems that are happening, in programs is that broken promise, and I'm not saying in particular any program. I'm just saying the broken promise of you tell the parent, hey, I'm going to do this for your kid, but it doesn't follow through. So when you get that trust and that open communication with the parents and the players, and they electively choose you, your program's already heading into the right direction. I hope that touched up on everything with your questions. It is a great day to be a Panther. I want to thank you guys for this opportunity. If I'm selected, I'm ready to move on to the next step. Appreciate it. Thank you guys. Circle Black.